Chapter 41. Sparks in the Distance. Two are better than one because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Ecclesiastes 4, 9 verse 10. The days on the farm found a new rhythm. Morning coffee brewed slow on the stovetop. The animals responded to James's call with an ease that made Ruthie smile. She'd taken to walking barefoot again. The earth no longer something she avoided, but something she trusted. Healing wasn't loud. It wasn't a parade. It was in the way she reached for James's hand without flinching, in the way she laughed with her whole body, in the way James watched her, as if he still couldn't believe she was real. They read together most nights now, books Ruthie had once loved and lost. They cooked side by side. She burned the toast more often than not, but he kissed her cheek anyway. Sometimes they just sat. Not every moment needed filling. And then there were moments like this one. James came in from the field just as the sun was beginning to dip low, casting long golden fingers through the trees. He found Ruthie near the old swing, her legs tucked beneath her, reading. She looked up as he approached.
"You look dusty."
She teased.
"You look beautiful."
He replied, meaning every word. She smiled, but her eyes were soft.
"You always say the right thing."
"No,
He said.
just the true thing."
Later that night, they stood outside the barn, wrapped in each other beneath the open sky. The air was still, cool against their sun-warmed skin. Above them, the Milky Way unfurled in dazzling silence, an endless river of light arcing across the heavens. Ruthie leaned into James, her arms looped loosely around his waist, her head resting in the crook of his neck. He held her close, one hand splayed across her back, the other gently cradling the back of her head like she was something precious and breakable. Neither of them spoke. Words would have only interrupted what the silence already held. They stayed that way for hours, unmoving, just breathing in rhythm, the kind of quiet that doesn't ache, but heals. His chin rested against her hair. Her fingers lightly curled into his shirt. The rise and fall of his chest anchored her, like the rhythm of waves against a familiar shore. Above them, the stars shimmered like old prayers, unrushed, unforgotten.
"I don't want to move."
She said.
"You don't have to."
He murmured. And so they stayed, just two souls beneath the galaxies, wrapped in dust, memory, and something deeper than comfort, something eternal. If the earth had cracked open beneath them, they might not have noticed. Because in that moment, they were whole. A few days later, James met Micah at the supply shed near the northern paddock. The two men worked in companionable silence, patching an old gate and wrangling stubborn coils of fencing wire that had a mind of their own. The sun beat down in golden waves, and James paused to swipe sweat from his brow. Micah tossed him a water bottle with a smirk.
"You're awfully quiet."
He remarked.
"I've got a lot on my mind, mate."
James replied.
"Oh, boy.
Micah leaned on a shovel, squinting.
You're not about to tell me you bought another tractor off that dodgy bloke from Shepperton, are you?"
James shook his head, smiling despite himself.
"No, worse."
He smirked. Micah crossed his arms.
"Worse than dodgy tractor bloke?"
James looked out over the gum trees lining the ridge. His voice was low, quiet.
"I'm in love with her."
Micah blinked.
"Ruthie?"
"No, Micah, the postwoman."
James deadpanned, then grinned.
"Yes, Ruthie."
Micah let out a dramatic sigh.
"Finally. Took you long enough to admit what the rest of us could see ages ago."
James laughed, rubbing the back of his neck.
"It's different now.
He said after a beat.
Deeper. She's not just someone I care for. She's it, Micah. She's the one. I think I want to spend the rest of my life with her. I think I want to marry her."
Micah's teasing faded into something softer. He stepped closer, resting a hand briefly on James's shoulder.
But I'm scared, Micah.
James admitted, voice rougher now.
She's been through so much. What if I can't be what she needs? What if I mess it up?
Micah looked at him, really looked, then sighed dramatically and tossed the shovel aside like it had offended him.
James,
He said, stepping forward.
you built a chicken coop during a thunderstorm with one hand and a busted ankle. You taught a traumatized dog how to trust again. You made gluten-free scones that didn't taste like cardboard for a woman who didn't even ask you to bake. And now you're worried you're not enough?
James gave a sheepish smile, but the worry still lingered in his eyes. Micah softened.
Look, love doesn't ask you to be perfect. It asks you to be present, to show up, to listen, to grow, and sometimes to apologize for being a stubborn mule,
He grinned.
which you are, by the way. Stubborn as a mule with its hooves in concrete?
James chuckled.
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
I'm serious.
Micah said, his voice gentle now.
You already are what she needs, James. Not because you'll get everything right, but because you're willing to try.
There was a long pause. The breeze rustled through the trees, and a kookaburra laughed somewhere off in the distance, like even creation was in on the moment. Micah picked up the coil of fencing wire again.
Now, go propose to the woman before I have to do it for you.
James shook his head, laughing, heart lighter.
I'm working on it.
You better be, because I've already started writing my best man speech. And let's just say the stories I've got stored up for that occasion are next level.
He grinned. James groaned, tossing his glove at him, but the smile that followed was real, full of promise. He was ready, almost, and Micah would be right there beside him, steady, loyal, and just annoying enough to make sure he didn't forget it.
Thank you for listening to this chapter of Healing on the Land. If this story has touched your heart, I'd love for you to come join me for the next chapter. You can find it here on this channel. If you'd like to support more Christian storytelling, you can purchase the full book or make a donation using the link in the description. Your support, no matter the size, helps us to continue writing stories of faith, healing, and hope. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel. May God bless you, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.